fans, it's baseball time in Texas. Welcome to Game 2 of this playoff series by District Playoffs here in 2022. We are ready to get started. Let's first meet the visiting Raiders from Rouse. Leading off and playing second base, number 9, Rainer Heinrich.
Well, it was supposed to be up here, and we're
batting fourth and playing first base, number 22, Colby Diaz. Batting fifth, this
Good afternoon, Raider baseball fans, and welcome to Game 2 of Bi-District Finals here in New Braunfels, Texas, at the campus of Canyon High School. What a trip it was. I-35 parking lot most of the way down here, so it's taken us a while to get down here and get set up and then get lineups and all of that going on. So we are now underway, and we thank you for tuning in and being with us this afternoon as we bring you Rouse Raider Baseball on SHN Sports. Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Michael Francis alongside Jonathan Kaspar. The lineups are being introduced, and we will do the same thing. Leading off for the Raiders, number 9, Rainer Heinrich at second base. Batting second, number 3, Blake Gonzalez at third base. Batting third will be the designated hitter, number 8, Oscar Salazar. He will be hitting for the left fielder. Number 7, Caden Kaspar. Batting fourth will be the first baseman, number 22, Colby Diaz. Batting fifth will be the starting pitcher this afternoon, number 11, Colin Correjo. Batting sixth will be the center fielder, number 10, Landon Miller. Batting seventh will be the left or right fielder, number 4, Mikey Caputo. Batting eighth will be the catcher, number 5, Carter Heinrich. And batting ninth will be number 2, Joe Sparshoe. We're going to take a moment for the national anthem. We'll be right back with you. You're watching Rouse Raider Baseball on SHN Sports. It's baseball time in Texas as we're set to get underway.
Welcome, everybody.
At Cougar Field. I guess it's Cougar Field. They don't really have a name on it. It says Cougar Baseball out on the scoreboard. Defensively for the Cougars on the mound will be number 22, Will Canalicchio. Behind the plate, number 3, Robbie Lopez. At first base, number 5, E.J. Garcia. At second base, number 1, Trip Villanueva. At third base, number 12, Bryce Garza. At shortstop, number 2, Sam Ortiz. In left field, number 10, Evan Janner. In center field, number 13, Isaac Irureta-Goyena. And in right field, number 25, Blake Hollingshead.
Yeah, we've got a slight breeze for this afternoon's game, midday game with a nice scorching sun out, and breeze will be nice today, although we don't see what we normally do on this field where it's blowing extremely hard out to left field, and what breeze we do have is still blowing that way, and we'll see how that impacts the game.
High of the day is supposed to reach triple digits, so we'll see. We're currently under a canopy, and we're both just soaking wet already.
Drenched. Should have brought the old sweat towel, right?
Raiders up against the wall this afternoon, and in a must-win situation here in Game 2. It's win or go home.
Yeah, and I know Coach definitely had him out early today to be to the field, getting acclimated, and obviously letting these guys know that we've really got to come on strong, get our foot on the gas pedal, and never let off in this game, and don't look back.
Canalicchio, the left-handed hurler for the Cougars, will deal. This is cut on and fouled back and out of play for strike one.
And we're off and running.
Want to give a birthday shout-out to Gigi Walsh in Iowa this afternoon. They pitch outside for ball one, and that will even things up.
Yeah, we got the big lefty on the mound for New Braunfels Canyon. It's changed up the batting lineup a little bit for Coach Krimping with the lefty on the bump.
That's fouled off for strike two, and the count goes 1-2 strikes.
Rainer's coming out swinging. Rainer's coming out swinging, and I think that was a big difference from what we saw last night. A lot of watched strikes last night, and it came back to get us.
Pitch outside for ball two, and that will even things up. Georgetown swept the Alamo Heights Mules in Game 2, winning that game 11-1 in a run rule. He pitched down low for ball three, and Heinrich works the count full. Cedar Park also defeating Dripping Springs last night. Liberty Hill defeating Johnson. That game, a marathon,
a football score.
14-3, I believe, 14-13.
Yeah, football score. Somebody missed the extra point.
That is cut on, and Garza plays it. The throw to first will be wide of the bag. Heinrich will round first and head to second. He will slide in safely.
And just like that, folks, what we failed to do last night has already been a thing of the past. Come out, lead off batter, gets a good bat on the ball. Third baseman actually made a great stop to keep it in the infield and tried to make a throw from his knees. Unfortunately, went a little wayward, and Rainer was quick to round that base and get to second.
Heinrich with the single. He will gain second on the errant throw by Garza to Garcia. Canalicchio will spin off and look Heinrich back to second.
Another difference that we also will see here defensively, EJ obviously last night going off the bump for New Braunfels, and now is playing first.
Pitch down the middle for a strike to Gonzalez.
Which is going to make for a very different target from their first baseman of last night at Mr. 6'7", the leadoff batter, 25. Hollingshead.
Hollingshead, well, I believe, was the left fielder last night. Canalicchio was
the
first baseman.
Okay, sorry. That's correct. Another lefty, tall.
Nothing in one, the count to Blake Gonzalez. He will take for strike one, and that will even things up. I want to thank everybody for tuning in and watching playoff baseball on SHN Sports this afternoon. Give us a shout. Let us know where you're watching from. We'll give you a shout out to your favorite player. We welcome both fan bases this afternoon. Pitch down and in for ball two.
And we do have on Game Changer video going as well. So obviously, and honestly, the videos are going to be almost identical because the cameras are right next to each other. Good spot here right behind home plate on ground level.
Canyon's ball field nicely situated here on the back side of the campus. Pitch high and outside for ball three.
Yeah, tricky little spot. If you don't know where you're going, you just got to try to find those lights, but you got to go past the football field to get to that back side, as you mentioned, Michael.
So Coach Krimping, as you mentioned, opting to change some things up, try to stir up the lineup and get some things going. Last night, Garcia able to silence the Raider bats. Fastball down the middle for strike 2, and that will take the count full. I have full count, and people are saying it's.
And already, this umpire has a bit of a history with several teams around the area. He definitely called a few of our district games, and he's arguing that he has a different call than what New Braunfels feels.
New Braunfels felt like they had
I think that first
count.
pitch, they thought the first pitch was a strike,
Right.
and it was called low as a ball. I believe was the discrepancy there. And he's not one to be very vocal with his strike calls either, so it can be difficult to understand.
The payoff pitch, it's cut on and hit up the middle. Villanueva has it. The throw to first pulls him off the bag, and the Raiders have runners on the corners.
And what seemed to be the destruction of the Rouse Raiders last night.
That will be an E4 on Villanueva.
It has now come out.
Garcia.
Yeah, and we saw some similar issues, on our side defensively. Same thing. Oscar getting pulled off the bag multiple times at first base during throws, whether they were necessarily an off throw or not. He was definitely trying to get the ball, stop it so he didn't let it make it to the backstop. But unfortunately, errors cost us last night, and the fact that we couldn't get the bats rolling.
The scoreboard not functioning here correctly at.
I think they just powered it on.
And we definitely sympathize. We've had our problems with
our
scoreboard.
Ours is disco lights. Our scoreboard give the blinking light going. Yeah, they just powered it on. And like you said, everything's lit up on there right now. So
it's not functioning properly. I think it's been on, but has never functioned correctly. Oscar Salazar will come to the plate. Raiders have runners on the corners with no outs here in the top of the first. Shout out to Ronald Netton cheering in from Minneapolis. Go Raiders. Canalicchio from the stretch. Throw to first will not be in time. Just a little soft lob over to first to keep Gonzalez close to the bag.
There was
Colby Diaz on deck.
I don't think there was a bait, give him a little soft, lull you into thinking he's going to throw it over there.
Pitch down the middle for a strike.
Here we go. I think that's going to be the theme of the evening. Is we've got some New Braunfels fans already chirping at the ump.
Swing and a miss for strike 2, and Gonzalez quickly in an 0-2 hole.
Trying to make sure he knows what the count is.
0-2 the count to Salazar. Canalicchio comes set. He will snap throw to first, and Gonzalez picked off at first base.
Caught him leaning, and he tried to swim, move back, and avoid the tag, but unfortunately he was definitely caught.
Canalicchio comes set. The pitch high and outside. Count goes 1-2. Well, that's one of the drawbacks is you get fans that start becoming wrathy, and it just kind of changes the complexion of a ball game. It's just.
Well, I got the report. That Liberty Hill game was not only a
pitch outside for ball 2,
a crazy offensive juggernaut of a game with it being 14-13, but there were multiple fan ejections during that game, and to the point where police were called.
Wow!
I won't go into much more detail than that, but that is my report from that game.
Pitch misses low for ball 3, and Salazar works the count full. Canalicchio not giving him much to swing at with a 0-2 count starting off. You've got a close tie with the Neuenschwanders there at Liberty Hill, correct?
I do.
All 4.
As well as the starting catcher, the starting left fielder. I know multiple players on that team, and yeah, that is where the report came from. Was my good friend Jeff Neuenschwander.
Colby Diaz will come to the plate. Runners again on the corners. Salazar at first, Heinrich at third. Colin Correjo on deck. Coach Crimpine and Coach Harris both down to their T-shirts.
Oh yeah, there's not going to have no pullovers today.
Canalicchio comes set. He will deal high, a check swing, and he was able to hold up. They appealed down to first and said he was able to check his swing.
Yeah, rightfully so. Let's ask for help. You never know what can happen in that situation. Was the ump down the first base line actually paying enough attention to be able to call that? And it was definitely a check swing.
Throw to first. That will go to the fence. Heinrich will score on the E1.
And the lazy throw actually got him on that one.
And Salazar will advance on the throw over. Luckily, the fence is relatively close, or Salazar might be at third.
On the third, that's correct. That's correct. Now, one thing it does with all the dirt around there, it came off and hit that fence and just died. So it didn't really rebound past him or back to him.
Pitch sails high for ball 2. 2-0 the count to Colby Diaz.
Yeah, the foul territory is a little weird. As you get closer, as you get past the bags, third and first, it tapers in, and you have a lot less foul area.
Pitch misses outside for ball 3.
Whereas the Rouse field is consistent all the way down that side. It's the same really, really wide foul territory.
310 down the right field line, 325 down the left, 355 down the left power alley, 350 down the right power alley, and 365 to straightaway center. Diaz will draw the second walk of the inning as Canalicchio deals back-to-back walks.
It's interesting here, as we discussed. I mean, this will be the only lefty in the lineup for Rouse going against a lefty pitcher. Now, this lefty pitcher is already struggling real quick. So, they could get to him early and maybe pull him early. Hard to say if they're going to let it play out.
Correjo takes inside for ball 1. Some of the fans
I thought it was a strike, I guess.
Thought it was a strike. It spun him inside. It was so close. It just barely missed him. Pitch outside. Oh,
and
wow.
That's the lefty. That's the lefty curse right there.
But at that, I am kind of offset. So from to
it's
the right of the umpire. So yeah, that.
And look,
what looks outside to me is definitely down the middle. And Canalicchio deals a strike down the middle for strike 2.
Immediately, Lopez sat up on the outer half of the plate, and I guarantee you he will do that again because, a lefty-on-lefty matchup, that painting the outside corner there he is. He's making that move.
1-2 pitch, swing and a miss, and that will do it for Correjo for out number 2. That will bring up the center fielder, Landon Miller.
And we hope Landon is recovered from the issue last night. Had a bit of a nosebleed. And, on this hot weather, you definitely want to make sure you've got all your senses.
Pitch high and outside for ball 1.
Definitely use something here. Again, no need to be hero. Just get a ball in play. You've got a runner in scoring position. Let's bring him around.
A strikeout and a pickoff so far for Canalicchio. He will spin off and look Salazar back to second. Raiders have 1 run on 1 hit. 2 on, or by virtue of back-to-back walks. Pitch outside for ball 2.
Yeah, well outside. Lopez doing his best to drag and slide it over into the strike zone, and not quite. Umpire was not fooled on that one.
Cantalicchio deals. This one is fouled off for a strike.
Yeah, good cut on a 2-0 count. Nothing wrong with that, and definitely trying to go opposite way on that pitch that was outside. Something that Landon's done very effective now that he's hitting again.
Swing and a miss for strike 2, and that will even the count at 2. And they have turned the scoreboard off.
Off again, yeah. No, I think they tried to kick it on to see if it would decide to work, and unfortunately not. So
Well, we've been experiencing our own technical difficulties this afternoon. That pitch sails high for ball 3, and the count goes full.
well, this is the third batter to draw a full count in the first inning.
Cantalicchio going through a deep number of pitches here in the first. This is cut on and hit down the third base line and into left field. Salazar rounds third and headed home. The throw to third will not be in time, and Diaz will be safe.
Exactly what was needed, folks. Exactly what was needed.
A single off the bat of Landon Miller to score Oscar Salazar. And again, the Raiders have runners on the corners with 1 out.
And the hottest hitter we had last night, Mikey Caputo up at the plate here. And again, similar to what I just said a second ago with Landon. And of course, Landon pulled on that. It was great to see that. Being able to pull on a lefty batter that's throwing you inside like that. Mikey, if they leave anything outside, don't see him laying off of that. He'll drive it the other way and see if he can't bring in another run for the Raiders.
Bryce Garza has been solid at third base last night and this afternoon. You saw a very athletic play
Yes.
on the first hit of the game, and that one just gets by him down that left field line. Pitch down the middle for a strike to Caputo. Carter Heinrich on deck. Grace Walsh saying, "Go, Sammy." Our courtesy running specialist.
Yeah.
One of our seniors.
Guess
Pitch just misses low outside.
they may utilize him if Carter gets on. We definitely want to save him, especially with the potential for 2 games in this heat. You want to keep your catcher fresh as possible.
Pitch down the middle for a strike. And Caputo down in the count 1-2.
All right, once again, 2 strikes early.
Swing and a miss for strike 3. And that will do it for the Raider first. But they get 2 runs on 2 hits. They leave 2 after 1/2 inning. It's 2-0 Rouse. Down to the bottom we go. Due up for the Cougars in the first. Hollingshead, Villanueva, and Lopez. Defensively for the Raiders, Colin Correjo on the mound, Carter Heinrich behind the plate, Colby Diaz at first, Rainer Heinrich at second, Blake Gonzalez at third, Joe Sparshu at short, Caden Kaspar in left, Landon Miller in center, and Mikey Caputo in right field.
Yeah, this will be Mikey's first go in quite a while. He played some outfield during tournament play early in the season. Obviously, he was at shortstop while waiting for Joe Sparshu to become healthy to make that move over, and then obviously third base. So great utility player and pitches a lot for us as well. So it's great to see him being able to get out in right field and hold that spot down while Colin takes the bump today.
Correjo's had some good outings. He did make first-team All-District pitcher.
As a pitcher, that's right. That is right. And, you know, the funny thing is he was being recruited by UTSA as an outfielder and a bat, obviously, because, you know, the season he had last year, and obviously he's still having a good season at the plate this year. But his pitching off the mound has been a great surprise for Coach Kremping, guaranteed.
Leading off for the Cougars, the right fielder, Blake Hollingshead.
Hollingshead had a Great night at the plate last night. He was 2 for 2 with 2 singles and 2 walks. Colin Correjo getting his first start in the playoffs. He will step off and reset. Hollingshead will do the same thing. He'll step out of the box, and here we go. First pitch to Hollingshead. This is hammered on, and get over to short. Sparshoe plants. Throw to first, just in time. What a throw by Little Shotty.
Little Shotty, showing off the gun early. Love it. 0 worries on his face. He just set up, received that backhand, and just unloaded.
Well, that was hit deep in the hole, and he was still able to make a solid throw to first. Colby Diaz extending out for the catch to get the out.
Yeah, great dig.
First time the Raiders have been able to retire Hollingshead.
And we get foul ball called in the first pitch there.
Trip Villanueva fouls it off, as Jonathan just mentioned. Robbie Lopez on deck. Swing and a miss on an inside slider.
And once again, Colin wasted 0 time. He's already set up ready to go, regardless of if they're backing out of the box or not. He's going to be going at these guys. Thank you very much there.
The 0-2 pitch from Correjo. This is cut on. This is hit into center. That'll be a base hit for Trip Villanueva.
Catcher, Robbie Lopez.
That'll bring up the catcher, Robbie Lopez.
Yeah.
Lopez was 1 for 4 last night. Well, wrong line, sorry. He was 2 for 4 with a home run and a single.
Yeah, they're towards the end of the game.
Throw to first, not in time, as Villanueva dives back in.
Yeah, he definitely really squared up on that one and just dropped it right in front of center field Landon Miller.
Correjo from the stretch. The pitch. Breaking ball stays high for ball 1.
Yeah, Collins taking a look in.
This is cut on and hit to Gonzalez at third. Throw to second for 1. Throw to first for 2. And Lopez hits into an inning double play.
Another tongue twister. I'll tell you what, it's great to see.
That will go 5-4, 4-3.
With Mikey, obviously, having been at third a good part of this season, Blake getting his first chance back at that spot. And, that's the hot corner. And that ball was definitely squared on. And he set up on it great, made the throw to second. Very good throw, gave Rayner plenty of time to be able to turn. And he got
SB Bass Gang says go Canyon. Thank you for tuning in and watching playoff baseball here on SHN Sport. Due up for the Raiders, the 8-9-1 hitters. That'll be Carter Heinrich, Joe Sparshoe, and Rayner Heinrich. Canalicchio faced 7 batters in the first inning. Raiders able to get 2 runs on the board.
Yeah, canopies are popping up all over the place, Michael. We've got a canopy row down the Rouse bleacher side that's right on the first baseline. Greatly
well, I remember Rouse's namesake,
appreciated.
Charlie Rouse, and his wife Sandra coming here last year in under very similar conditions, extremely hot, and both of them, I'm sure, in their 80s, and they were just beat red from the heat. And so,
I remember making the trip down here myself, a little unprepared, not knowing this was my first time at the ball field during the playoffs last year, and I had no idea what to expect. And Yeah, I didn't even have an umbrella. Actually, I did have an umbrella. Luckily, I had my golf umbrella, so
Right.
I went back to the truck and grabbed that.
And another canopy being set up. Canalicchio will deal high and outside for ball 1 to Heinrich.
All right, another situation here, and if we can get our lead off on and get the pitch count up for
Swing and a miss for a strike, and that will even things up.
Canalicchio.
Jay Faith says, go Rouse. The wind dying down. I think those canopies are kind of blocking some of the wind, and Heinrich lays a bunt down that gets under the glove of Garza. It takes a bad hop, and Heinrich will get on with a leadoff bunt.
And here we go, flipping the script. The thing that Canyon did so effectively.
You know, I dreamed about that last night.
And here comes Mr. Sam Walsh to
Sam
run.
Walsh, the courtesy running specialist for the Rouse Raiders, will courtesy run for the catcher.
I'll tell you what, Carter was not going to be denied on that bunt. He knew he laid it down perfectly, and he was flying up that first.
Well, it wasn't necessarily laid down. It was like a pop-up, right? Sparshoe will lay another bunt down. The throw goes wide and into right field. Sam Walsh will round to third, and he will hold up there. And the Raiders have runners on the corners.
It's so eerie right now, Michael, how this is playing out, this game right now. I mean, very, very eerie, to say the least. I mean, it's just role reversal, folks. Role reversal. If you watched our game last night,
I believe, was played by Canalicchio, right?
No, the error was played by the third baseman who came in.
Baseman?
Yes, sir. Garza came in, and unfortunately, his foot slipped.
E5.
It was really wild. He went to reach down for it, and his left foot seemed to actually slip out from under him, and just he missed the ball.
And Sparshoe jumped on the first pitch from Canalicchio. Grace Walsh, yay, Walsh on wheels. Absolutely right. Pitch high and outside.
Yeah, it was a no-doubter for Sam to be able to round second on that as soon as the ball got away. And ultimately, Coach was running well down the line, Crimpine, to see if there was a chance for him to score.
Rainer Heinrich back at the plate. He's 1 for 1. He will take for ball 2.
Yeah, the one thing that allowed them to keep runners on the corners for New Braunfels was the fact that Hollingshead was charging in on that throw immediately, and obviously the ball gets by. He's right there to stop it and keep the runners where they were.
That pitch in for a strike. He gets the outside corner, and the count will go 2 balls and 1 strike. 2 on with no outs here in the top of the second. Will Canalicchio on the mound for the Cougars. This is fouled off and is in foul territory. E.J. Garcia underneath it will make the catch, and that will do it for Rainer Heinrich as he pops up to the first baseman.
Third baseman, Blake Gonzalez.
That will bring up Blake Gonzalez. Gonzalez reached on an error and then was picked off.
Yes, sir. Sure, Coach already had a nice discussion with him. Again, as a lefty, you got to watch it. Most lefties, pitchers, have a great pickoff move. It's very difficult to read them because you're not seeing that backside hip like you would a right-handed pitcher.
Canalicchio misses outside on a fastball. That was a nice-looking pitch.
It was, and so far we really haven't seen him giving that pitch so far today. They've been painting that outside corner, but unfortunately he sees that as outside and a ball.
The pitch misses for ball 2. Two and 0 the count to Gonzalez. 2-0 pitch. That's down the middle for a strike.
Yeah, no doubt on that one. Good solid pitch there coming back in.
You know, the one thing about it that we've seen so far in these 2 games so far, 2 balls and 1 strike count. An umpire showing signs.
Making sure that everybody on the Canyon side knew, because he never showed that to the Rouse side.
This is popped up, and Robbie Lopez will make the catch. as he rolls over on it. And that will bring up Oscar Salazar. Salazar 0 for 0. He drew the walk his first time up.
Great job by Robbie Lopez, man. He jumped up, almost possessed to get out there and get that pop fly bunt attempt.
But as I was mentioning, the one thing that you notice is you don't see balls go to the fence from pitcher to catcher.
Correct.
You know,
Correct.
they're obviously very disciplined in that regard. I haven't seen a wild pitch or pass ball so far between these Canyon pitchers and catchers.
And just
as
on that,
Marshew will advance on the pitch in the dirt.
Yeah, great job there. Dropping down and keeping the ball in front of him, even though he gave up the bag for Joe Sparshoe. He'll take that with 2 outs.
Pitch in for a strike. And Salazar down in the count, 1-2. Canalicchio comes set. 1-2 pitch, just misses outside.
And again, he's trying. He's still trying, and he didn't get it the first time, or multiple times he has not gotten that. And so the umpire still didn't give him that pitch.
Umpire again showing 2-2. He's making sure Canyon sees the signs.
Yeah.
Jenner.
All right, folks, back. Little technical difficulties there. Last play was a very sharp ground ball. Joe Sparshoe took a nice little gravy hop right to him, and he was able to make the throw to get the runner out at first. And that was going to be Evan Janner.
That was the Urueta Goyena, and Janner will line this one back to the pitcher, and that hits off
Chandler Banks.
Throw over to first. Not in time. I think what keeps happening is that the towers keep bouncing around where we're at, and so it
sort of in limbo.
Kind of sends us into limbo.
Great second strike for Colin. Again, right down the pipe. He's really got the curveball working, and he is actually a 3-9.
Colin Correjo from the stretch. The pitch is cut on and hit out to left center. This will go to the fence. This is going to score Janner. And Banks with a stand-up double. Yeah. And Canyon on the board.
Yeah, he crushed that one perfect in the gap there. Landon Miller thought he was on it and had a chance. Unfortunately, just ran out of that ball dropped without staying up a little bit more, and he may have had a chance to run underneath it.
Grandma Shotty saying, go little Shotty. This is game 2 of the best of 3 series. And Nancy Uncle Shotty said, go Raiders, go. Jaime Roman says they need more bunts. And Jimmy Carter says small ball seems to be a good option. Well, it has been effective.
For both sides.
For both sides.
Oh, they powered their scoreboard back on to see if they could get it to work, but no avail there.
The 0-1 pitch misses low. That will even the count. E.J. Garcia.
Get the momentum on your side and see if we can carry this through this first game. Finish strong. Again, never letting our foot off the gas pedal. One thing that is going to be very, very big.
Farr will deal high for ball 1 to Landon Miller.
A very different pitcher. You know, that longer, taller lefty with a slight sidearm movement. So we've got a big over the top pitcher here with Braun Farr. Attempted pickoff there. You know, Colin getting back with no problems at all.
Pitch. This is fouled off and will sail out of play. That will even the count at 1-1.
Yeah, very, very high foul ball there.
So not sure if it's just my phone. I have AT&T, and our wireless is through Verizon. So Verizon has a very good connection here. If y'all see that we have that we are just buffering, please let me know if we've lost the feed, and I'm working to take care of that. I'm doing that based off my phone, so I apologize for the distractions, folks. Braun Farr takes a long look in. Lopez sets up on the outside. Pitch outside for ball 2. Count goes 2-1.
He's also going to learn real quick that the ump is not giving that call. Braun testing the outer rims of home plate.
Throw over to first, not in time as Correjo dives back in. Actually,
that is
Carson Voigt, I believe.
No, that's not Carson Voigt. That's not Colin Correjo either.
That's Jack Knight, I believe, 42.
I didn't see. Is it a 4? It looks too stocky to be Jack Knight. I mean, obviously, I could be wrong on that. I haven't seen the other number yet.
This is line to third, and
yeah, and that is
47.
Oh.
I don't have the copy of the roster. We'll get that for you here in just a moment. It's one of our JV players that have moved up.
Yeah, unfortunately, not much you can do on that. You're sort of running on contact, and that was just lined directly at EJ Garcia, who made the snag, and an easy play to get the runner out at first. And was that?
Swing and a miss.
What number was that, Michael?
47.
47?
I believe so.
I do not show a 47 on the roster. I show a 20, and I thought I did see a 2 in that number.
That pitch sails high. See if I can get an updated count. I believe we're 1-1, but it's either 2-1 or 1-2. Pitch misses low for a ball.
And he's not gracing us with that information.
Nobody on with 2 outs. Swing and a miss. Foul tip into the glove of Lopez for strike 3 call.
That would have been a 2-2 count going into that pitch. So,
and that will do it for the Raiders. They get no runs on no hits, and they leave no stranded.
4 outs in the top of the 3rd.
On to the bottom we go. Raiders leading this one 4-1 over New Braunfels. We want to take an opportunity to recognize our sponsors, our home run sponsors. Hey, does your vehicle have hail damage or even pesky door dings? ASG has been in business for over 22 years and has been ranked in the top 10 by the Austin Business Journal year after year. If you need help with anything real estate related, please call Mike or Chrissy Caputo at 512-671-HOME. That's 512-671-4663.
So I was able to get an update on that one, Michael, and that was your initial thought of Jack Knight.
Yes, Ashley Knight watching. She's let me know here on the chat. Jack on first.
Yeah, and unfortunately, there was, again, nothing he could do on that. I mean, that was such a hard hit, and you got to be, with the lead already, was going to be difficult for him to get back, so.
Colin Parejo back on to pitch the third. Due up for the Cougars in the third. Garza of Hollingshead and Villanueva. That's twice I've done that. I apologize, folks. Swing and a miss. That's Bron Farr.
Yes, coming in for Bryce Garza.
That is hit down the third base line. Caputo to first. I go 5-3 on the put out of Farr.
Blake Gonzalez.
Yeah, Blake. Who did I say?
You said Caputo. That's okay.
Oh.
Easy mistake. Like I said, Blake hasn't been back there for a while at third. So, but again, getting that test early in the first inning, I love to see it. And then, again, he's making it look routine over there, which is a great sight.
Blake Gonzalez at third base. My apology, Blake. That is fouled off for strike one from Hollingshead.
And once again, Colin immediately going right after these guys, and that breaking pitch of his is working very well, has a lot of movement on it. And when they are making contact, it's not very good for the Canyon hitters.
Well, that will hit him and send him to first. And as that pitch got away from Correjo.
The second baseman.
Yeah, for sure not intentional there. That was definitely got away from him, slid right out.
Trip Villanueva will come to the plate. Villanueva digs in from the right side, and he will take for ball one.
I'm really not sure what was wrong with that one. That was Carter even framed that one for a while.
Ramon Garcia, let's go, Trip. Throw over, not in time.
Hearing the cheers of some Leander parents behind us that know Colin very well.
Popped up and goes foul, just foul. And it wasn't over the line by much.
No, I even from our angle, I couldn't see grass between it, but luckily we do have a ref right on the line to be able to make that accurate call.
That's the good thing about having four umpires. They can see right down the line. So,
yeah,
in the transition, when it's just two umpires, the field umpire will
be behind home plate.
Be behind the pitcher's mound.
Correct. And that makes it very difficult, especially if they're not one that like to move a lot and run to get on the line to see it.
That is popped up. An infield fly, and Colby Diaz will make the catch.
He had to look up twice and say, man, there's that really bright spot out there. Looked like the ball for a while, that sun playing with him a bit, but was able to come down with it.
2 away for Robbie Lopez. 1 on with 2 outs. Lopez hit into the inning double play back in the first.
What could have been very interesting on that last play, that ball was hit as high as it was. Had Rayner been thinking about it and running over to cover first base, the batter that was on, the base runner that was on first, was well off when Colby made that catch to the point where Rayner could have snuck in on the backside and got an out.
Pitch down and away for ball 1.
Just little things that can make a bit of a difference in a game.
That is smoked into left field. That will be a base hit for Lopez.
Very, very crisp hit.
Runners at first and second for Will Cantalicchio. He's 0 for 1. He flew out to center his first time up.
And we do have number 9, West, coming in as a Wyatt West. There we go, coming in
as pitch in the dirt. For ball 3, and Cantalicchio works the count full. So The payoff pitch, that's high for ball 4. And the bases are loaded with Cougars for Evan Janner. Oh, I'm sorry, Isaac Udareta-Goyena.
I don't know if anybody at home has Game Changer video pulled up. You can let us know, chat on SHM, whether the stream is still working.
Yeah, it looks like it's working. Udareta-Goyena popped it up into shallow right field. Mikey Caputo underneath it, and that will do it, and that will end the Cougar threat. They get no runs on 1 hit. They leave them loaded, and after 3, it's 4-1. Rouse on to the 4th we go. And again, it seems like the heat is playing havoc with technology here. That is popped up and playable. Canalicchio will get underneath it and make the catch for out number 1.
I think I may have been able to get my feed to come back up.
So we have good connectivity. It appears that that our Wi-Fi was overheating.
Yeah, so hopefully with, again, folks, if you can jump on the Game Changer, you can still hear us, I would assume, even with the video feed being down. And
first pitch to Sparshu in for a strike. Sparshu reached on an error back in the second, later came around to score. Pitch in for strike 2. So that's what it appears, is that our hot spot was just getting really hot.
Yeah, and even with my feed, it says it's good to go, but on what I'm showing, but they're telling me that the stream's not working on Game Changer either.
So right now it's working. Try to keep up with this. Again, I've kind of got it dangling in the air, so maybe it'll cool around all sides. This is hit into left. This will be a base hit for Little Shotty.
Little Shotty getting us another base runner.
Rainer Heinrich.
See if Rainer can wake up that bat. Been a little bit of a lull the last few games here, and he was a really big part of getting us to the point that we are right now. Sophomore Rainer Heinrich at playing second base.
Pitch misses low for ball 1 to Rainer Heinrich. Heinrich is 1 for 2. He is singled and popped up to first. Throw over to first will not be in time as Sparshu dives back in safely.
Bronze really doesn't look like he's trying to. He's just trying to keep him a little closer to the bag. Not really a very effective pickoff move or very strong.
Again, a throw over to first. Far from the stretch. Pitch down and away. And Sparshu will pick up a stolen base. The throw from Lopez wide of the bag.
And an absolutely perfect pitch read by Little Shotty to make that a very easy steal. I mean, that breaking pitch got really almost away from Robbie Lopez and still trying to go up and make it.
Do you have a 2-0 count?
Yes, sir, with that being the ball there.
The 2-0 pitch. This is cut on and hit into left. That'll be a base hit for Heinrich, would put runners on the corners.
Ball had some crazy spin on it. It looked like it was going to be in the glove of the third baseman, E.J. Garcia. It actually gets around him, and then when it lands, it spins hard left, running away from the shortstop who was trying to cover. Very interesting watching that. So what we call a CNI single.
Ball one as Gonzalez takes that pitch high and outside from far. Farr will step off, and he will turn and look Heinrich back to first.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see now that we've got Braun Farr if Coach changes anything up in the lineup with the bats now that the lefty's gone.
Pitch misses low for ball two. Canyon will call time, and they're going to come out and talk to their hurler and their infield. Doesn't appear that they have anyone going in their bullpen, but for the break, we will do our UIL required reading. Don't miss the UIL Baseball State Championship starting Wednesday, June 8th at UFCU Disch-Falk Field in Austin, Texas, and the Dale Diamond in Round Rock, Texas. Ticket information and more can be found at uil.org. Fulfill our obligations.
Yep, and we can do that on my end as well.
Want to give a shout out to the Eagles for advancing on to round two. Either one of these teams will be waiting to see who they will face in the second round. It'll be one of two San Antonio schools, San Antonio McCollum or San Antonio Burbank. Pitch in for a strike, and the count will go 2-1.
Huge breaking pitch there. That big 12 to 6 drop on that. And
another breaking ball in for strike two, and
yeah,
that will even the count at 2.
Yeah, exact same pitch.
Jacob Haddon, the pitcher for the Eagles last night, pitches a complete game on 59 pitches. Hit out to left, and that will score Sparshoe on the sacrifice from Gonzalez.
Doing a great job there, getting good enough piece of that, driving it deep enough to allow the speed of Joe Sparshoe to come in.
That will bring up Oscar Gonzalez.
Sorry, I was not seeing that one either,
That
Michael.
first pitch misses for ball one, I believe. Pitch in for a strike. What a hot afternoon it is. I can see the trees moving out, and the flag is definitely whipping, but the stands are blocking off most of the breeze from us. A breaking ball that is down the middle, but called the ball.
And
2 balls and 1 strike count to Oscar Salazar.
we get a great jump by Rainer Heinrich again, making an easy stolen base there to get into scoring position for Oscar.
This one is fouled off, and that will take the count 2-2. Two ball, 2 strike count to Salazar. Farr will deal low for ball 3, and the count will go full. The payoff pitch. This is
hard right.
Hit out to deep right field. That will one hop the wall. That will score Heinrich, and Salazar will hold up at second.
Swapping
stand-up double.
Swapping places. The thing you love to say is, hey, guys, let's switch places here real quick. And that is exactly what happened.
That's going to be it. Coach Kozel making his way out to the mound. This will be the second visit, and that will be it for Farr. Salazar with the hot bat in that DH position.
Yes, sir. And you know, again, go with what the pitch is, right? Go with what they give you. Drive that. He found it. He went shopping at the gap there in right center, and one hop off the fence right below the 350 sign. So in right center field.
I'll tell you what, I feel for these catchers this afternoon wearing this gear.
Yes, sir.
Bryce Garza will come in relief of Bron Farr, which will put Garza back in the batting lineup as he re-enters the game. Since he was a starter, he could do that.
Yes. Trying to get updates here from the other guys around the league, around District 25-5A.
Mark Hatfield cheering for Bron Farr from Evansville, Indiana. Go Cougars, always a fan. Well, thank you for tuning in, Mark, and watching playoff baseball here on SHN Sports.
And a quick little update here. Again, now we have on the pitching side, you know, obviously Canalicchio did have 57 total pitches, 29 for strikes. Farr exits the game with 28 pitches, 15 for strikes. And Colin is a total of 42 pitch count with 26 strikes.
Colby Diaz will come to the plate. He has walked and grounded to second. Colin Correjo on deck. Garza from the stretch. The first pitch. He swings at one at his eyes, and I think it was kind of in defense.
It was a defensive, let me get out of the way, and unfortunately the bat
His bat went with it too, right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. But that's good to keep him out of the way. We don't need that kind of injury.
Fastball down the middle for a strike.
You know how big of a part of this Rouse Raider team, Mr. Colby Diaz, one of two primary starting seniors on the field.
Thomas Villanueva, go Cougars. 0-2 the count to Diaz. Garza deals outside for ball one.
Very solid pitcher here. Looks like he's got quite a bit of velocity.
If the Raiders can win this game, a game 3 will proceed 30 minutes after this contest. A swing and a miss for strike 3, and that will do it for the Raider fourth. They get 2 runs on 2 hits. They leave 1. After 3.5, it is 6-1 Rouse.
Bottom of the fourth in a 6-1 ball game.
We move to the bottom of the fourth. Now, I would imagine with the count that he is currently at, Colin will be back on the bump. And here he comes, folks, and that's a great sight.
Want to take an opportunity to recognize one of our other sponsors, Brows by Hattie. Hey, ladies, get your brows done with Brows and Such by Hattie. Semi-permanent makeup applied to perfection. Get the shape you've always wanted and keep it. Save time applying your brows, eyeliner, and lip blush. Wake up every day looking fantastic. Check out Brows and Such by Hattie on Facebook and Instagram and book an appointment today. Call or text 512-817-3493. Thank you so much. I believe that is the Bergman family
Okay, very nice.
that owns Browns and Such by a hat.
Well, that's Bergman, although I affectionately like to call Nathan Bregman.
Yeah.
After my Astros, and he doesn't care for that too much because he is a huge Dodgers fan, as his dad let me know.
Due up for the Cougars, Janner, Banks, and Garcia.
Leading off for the Cougars, the left fielder, Evan Janner.
And again, getting some great advice from Mr. Steve Kidhill. Y'all better hydrate well between games. Obviously, already anticipating game 2 today.
Big Lou Diaz taking care of us, brought us bottles of water early in this contest. Swing and a miss for Janner for strike 1.
Much appreciated in that regards, especially after our setup. Fiascos, we were both drenched.
Oh, we were. For sure. This is cut on and hit over to second. Rainer Heinrich has it to throw to first in time, and that will retire Janner.
Great job of Rainer settling in on that, recognizing what the hop of the ball is going to do and backing himself up, knowing he's got plenty of time. It was not one that required him to charge, so he could take that on a really good hop and make an easy play to Colby. Great to see that.
That will bring up Chandler Banks. Banks with an RBI double back in the second. As that went all the way to left center. Foul tip for strike 1. E.J. Garcia on deck, helping out his on-deck fielding percentage.
Yes.
That's a silly stat that I made up, but we have fun with it.
Hey, earlier we had
That is fouled off and back out of play, and Banks quickly in an 0-2 hole.
Colin going straight at him again. He's not afraid of anybody at the plate, that's for sure.
The 0-2 pitch, that's high for ball 1. One and two the count. 1-2 pitch. Down and away, he swings and misses for strike 3. That's 2 away for E.J. Garcia.
Last baseman, J.A. Garcia.
It cannot always be night.
Garcia moved over to third once Canalicchio was relieved.
Yeah,
He will take for a strike.
yeah, very similar to the role that Colby plays on our team, first base, third base, pitcher, same thing as he is also a senior.
Garcia 0 for 1. And somebody has spammed our chat, and I will probably have to turn it off. So, Jonathan, if you will make the call, we cannot have that on our. That is wrong and shameful that somebody would do that.
All right, he's got a pitch in play, pop fly, high to a limbo between right center area. Mikey Caputo definitely gives way to Landon Miller, our center fielder, who calls the ball and makes the catch for third out. And now we move on to the 5th inning. Top of 5. After the end of 4, we have a score of 6-1. Your Rouse Raiders leading New Braunfels Canyon Cougars. And we do have Garza coming back to the mound for New Braunfels. Take this second to get a nice little water break. Take the advice of Mr. Steve Kidhill to stay hydrated. It is definitely a scorcher out here, and as much as we're seeing the wind move right now, the flag move in left field, it's just not making its way down onto the concourse area here where we are sitting with the stands directly behind us blocking any wind. Definitely helps for the pitchers, not to be dealing with that hard wind directly in their face. So, but makes for a little bit toastier situation for those of us that are down here on ground level. I believe we got a reset of the system going right now. Mr. Michael Francis pulling his IT duties.
You can minimize that for right now. So our apologies, folks. We'll monitor that, and I want to keep that up for the folks that are wanting to give shout-outs and all of that. We like to keep it fan-friendly on here, and unfortunately, somebody has decided to do something hateful.
Wow. Yeah, that's
on a high school baseball game.
Yeah, on a high school game. That's very inappropriate.
Lehigh Benton, go Raiders from Rouse Wrestling. Thank you for tuning in and watching Rouse Raider Baseball on SHN Sports. Colin Correjo will face Bryce Garza for the first time tonight, and he will hit this one out to right and drop.
No.
Pollock's head makes the catch.
Oh, the ball comes out, but they said that there was a transfer drop of the ball, so that it was a catch and it wasn't out.
Yeah, he had control of it.
Yeah.
So, it doesn't necessarily, unless it's on the play. He had caught it and brought it down, and it came out on transfer. So, that's what you would have to go with a baseball play, right?
Correct.
It has to be in a baseball play at that point in time.
Yeah,
he made the catch. There was no throw to first or second.
It'd be a different situation if he was running hard and having to make a very difficult play that once the ball gets in the glove, if it happens to pop out, but that was not the situation. He was able to keep his feet underneath him. He did make his right hand come over to the glove, and that's when the ball popped out. Correct call.
Landon Miller will come to the plate. He's 1 for 2. He has singled and lined to third. He will take for ball one.
Another attempt at a breaking pitch there by Garza, very low and outside.
That is hit foul for strike one, and that will even things up.
Oh, and Landon was really all over that and just barely missed. And, that was in his wheelhouse there on the inside half of the plate, and he would love to have that one back and drive that one about 400 feet.
Mikey Caputo on deck. Garza will wind and deal. He doesn't miss by much, but
outside pitch.
An outside pitch. That looked good from where I'm at.
Yeah, that's the little limbo spot, that we've seen for the most part be called a ball.
Breaking ball. Wow, another one.
That was super close, folks. That was very close. Good breaking pitch. Dropping, I'm assuming, too late out of the back of the strike zone.
The 3-1. This is hit deep to left center. And Landon Miller will round first, and he'll have a stand-up double as Evan Janner will get it back in.
And that one was very close to the exact same pitch that I said that Landon really would have loved to have back. That was a little left up, a little higher than Garza would have liked to see, and Landon was able to turn on that and, again, go shopping at the gap to left center for a stand-up double.
Raiders hoping to force a game 3. Bryce Garza will toe in on the rubber. He will pick up the sign from Lopez. Mikey Caputo stands in. Swing and a miss for strike one.
Well, Mikey looking to jump all over that first pitch. Beautiful pitch to
Caputo's 0 for 2. He has struck out both times. Carter Heinrich on deck. Miller extends his lead at second. Swing and a miss on a high fastball for strike 2.
2 identical pitches, 2 identical outcomes, just barely missing both of them.
Miller will call time to tie his shoe right quick. And that is the delay.
Better than the T-ball days where we had to run out there or the coach had to go tie it for him, right?
Right, yeah. Days of long ago. Pitch sails high for ball one.
Now, that was a great pitch right there that just stayed high and didn't have the drop that his last two did. It draw the eyes of the batter up and seeing if he could get him to chase.
Garza will spin off, and he'll look Miller back to second. One on with one out here in the top of the fifth. Raiders leading this one. 6-1. This was fouled off and back out of play.
I do have update from the Liberty Hill game. They did have a later start time today at Liberty Hill, and they are currently tied 0-0 in the second.
Garza will deal. Wow, just misses outside.
And once again, that spot, keep him testing it, seeing if he's going to get him to sway.
Garza comes set. The 2-2 pitch. That's high for ball three.
Now, very
Caputo showing a lot of discipline.
A lot of discipline. I was about
right
to say, a lot
there,
of patience.
at two of those very same pitches.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And that
earlier
was,
in this at bat.
You could see the rotation like he was ready, but definitely laid off of it nicely.
The payoff pitch is in the dirt for ball four. And Caputo will draw the walk. That will bring up Carter Heinrich. Heinrich 1 for 2. He has singled on a bunt and popped up to first.
President Carter, also known as C5 by the Rouse faithful.
C5. It makes me think of a Corvette.
There you go. Hey, the way he was running up the line earlier, I would say it was. He was moving like a Corvette.
My son bought him a C7 Corvette. It's black. Throwback to second, not in time as Miller dives back in. The thing is black, and it is such a gorgeous car.
Oh, I bet. But black in the Texas heat. Oof.
Oh, yeah. Pitch misses high for ball one.
Well, Robbie trying to, again, frame that and slide it over real quick. A little snap to the left, trying to frame it in the strike zone.
Garza will deal a breaking ball in for a strike.
Great breaking pitch there.
Yeah, he pitched that in that at bat against Caputo, but didn't get the called strike on that. Same exact location, looks like to me. Breaking ball.
And that's the one that missed. That one right there was the one that missed. And it seems like it's a lot of late break, and it's breaking into the strike zone, but well after the plate.
A 2-1. That's outside for ball three.
Carter would love to send this one on a ride here and bring around Landon Miller.
The payoff, well, not payoff, it's 3-1. Now it's a payoff because it's a full count. Foul tip.
Yeah, just barely missing that one.
By
a little rattle to Robbie's cage there.
President Carter Heinrich. Got to do that for Colin Correjo. At least get one of those in.
Got one in. Yes, sir.
Got to accentuate the H on Heinrich. The payoff pitch from Garza, swing and a miss for strike three. We're out number 2, and that will bring up Joseph Sparshoe.
Little shotty.
Little shotty. He's reached on an error and is singled. Yeah. And he has scored both times.
Yes. Yeah, showing
His
off
last
the wheel.
singles to left. Rainer Heinrich on deck. Garza would deal low.
And once again, great stop
Ball
by
one.
Robbie Lopez,
Lopez.
not allowing anything to get past him.
Lopez getting a bit of a workout as he's having to keep those in front of him and doing an excellent job.
And the fact that he's had 3 different pitchers that he's been catching for, all with 3
This one
different.
is hit up to short. Ortiz has it. The throw goes wide of the bag and to the fence, and that will score Miller on the error.
Similar to what happened last time, speed kills, folks, and there's no more
That will be an
evident than that. It was shortstop Sam Ortiz saw that Joseph was getting up the line, so he didn't really take a lot of time to set his feet and deliver a strong throw.
Breaking ball. Wow,
and it got away.
I feel for Garza because that appears to be a strike, and he's just not getting the call. So, but I would say the same thing if Colin Correjo wasn't getting the call either. This is popped up to right center. Udalreta Goyena in on it and makes the catch, and that will do it for the Raiders. Fly out to center for out number 3, but the Raiders get 1 run on 1 hit. They leave 2. On to the bottom we go. Raiders leading this one 7-1 over Canyon.
We're now in again, where we left off last night's game. Reversed, obviously Canyon winning 7-1, and Rouse has decided to return the favor here and hopefully be able to again carry that momentum, that very, very important momentum.
Due up for the Cougars, Garza, Hollingshead, and Villanueva.
Collins had a very strong outing up to this point, and he's back on the bump and looking to deal some more here. And as he has been very effective all year, obviously the reason why he was named first team all district from the pitcher spot. It's like defensively, no changes have been made for Rouse.
Garza makes his way to the plate.
Nice. Garza.
Ramon Garcia, let's go Cougars. Need to break out the old Philadelphia Eagles pickle juice.
Yes, definitely get the pickle juice going.
Garza will line this into left for a base hit. As he jumps on the first pitch.
Number 25, Blake Hollingshead.
Definitely a great pitch to get on, and immediately, with him being the pitcher, he's going to be subbed in for.
That's actually Garza's first at bat. When Ken Licchio was relieved, and Garcia went to third.
Right.
Garza had not bat yet. And then Farr came in on relief and batted in his place. From the stretch, Correjo deals. This is chopped on and hit back up the middle. That'll be played by Sparshoe. The throw to first goes to the fence. An error for the Raiders. And it's going to come home. Nobody was covering home as Correjo fell asleep there at the mound. You had to have that awareness.
He caught himself becoming a spectator in the game there.
You have to back up the catcher if you see the runners are rounding. So Hollingshead will reach on the error. E6, charge 2. Joe Sparshoot.
Yeah, that was another one of those slow rollers. You know, Joseph really would have liked to get the lead runner if he could, but the way his momentum was carrying him past second, it had been a very difficult throw. And as did show the throw to first was also as difficult. First pitch high ball.
Breaking ball in for a strike, and the count will even up at 1. Trip Villanueva standing in. He is 0 for 2. Well, no, he's not 0 for 2. He singled back in the first, but then caught up in a double play. This is line to short. The throw to first in time. Throw to second not in time. That will score the courtesy runner. That was Preston Wilder came in to score. Cougars cut the lead.
Well, they did a quick snap throw back. Colby did, seeing if they could get
an RBI.
Runners leaning at second.
Trip Villanueva. Throw down to third will not be in time as Hollingshead will steal third.
Yeah, he had a great jump on that one. Was even while the delivery was still taking place from Colin, he was already making his way down the line and still would almost had an opportunity from Carter there to get him on a good throw. But that was a bit high. And I do not know what that call was on that last pitch.
I think it was ball. This is popped up and hit into left. This will drop in a little Texas leader, and that will score Hollingshead. And the Cougars have put 2 across in the inning with a single by Lopez.
And again, another runner.
Number 22
coming in. And that's number 9, West.
I don't have a first name. Wyatt West.
Wyatt West. I
Okay.
remember hearing the
Will Canalicchio will come in. He is 0 for 1. He has flown out to center and walked. He will foul this one off for a strike.
And now my phone is actually overheating. That's probably why I wasn't getting any video. It's amazing how technology.
First, not in time, as West dives back in safely. Pitch misses for a ball. Count evens up at 1. West extends his lead at first. The 1-1 pitch. That's low for ball 2. Do have activity going in the Raider bullpen right now, but unfortunately we cannot see who that is.
Just a hat.
Thomas Villanueva cheering on Tripp. Pitch high and outside for ball 3, and Canalicchio with a 3-1 count. This is fouled off for strike 2, and the count works full.
Great pitch there going at him to bring the count to full.
This is hit into left, a base hit for Canalicchio.
Number 13.
2 on with 1 out for Isaac Irureta-Goyena. And Coach Harris is going to call time and come out and discuss options. And it may be just as much as saying, hey, I need you throwing strikes. Let's get out of this.
Correct. I mean, they've shown today that the defense has been behind Colin and been very effective back there. Colby jumping in there as well and giving some words of encouragement.
An update on the temperature here in New Braunfels, 93 degrees. Ureta Goyena is 0 for 2. He's grounded to short and flown out to right.
All right. Another update from the Liberty Hill Buda Johnson game. Buda Johnson is up 3-0, top of 3.
Kind of like they were last time. Pitch down
Correct.
and away as Carter Heinrich keeps it out in front of him, and that will hold West to second.
Both runners there.
2 on with 1 out here in the bottom of the 5th. Raiders leading this one 7-3. Breaking high for ball 2. Two 2-0 the count to Ureta Goyena. The pitch. This is cut on and hit into left. A base hit. West will hold at third, and that will load the bases.
We're basically finding holes out there and hitting them where they're not right now.
They've been hitting them to left field, and that's going to be it for Colin Correjo.
And I would imagine we did see Jack Knight last night without a lot of pitches thrown. And Caputo is another reliever that we've used a lot, but he is out in right field. So it'll be interesting to see as the Rouse fans giving a big cheer for Colin Correjo. What a great outing he's had. All the players coming out, and looks like we have one of our sophomore call-up coming in to pitch. Although difficult to say because everybody's got the blonde hair. It's number 32. Zach Albanese is 33, I believe, with the gold uniform, so may not be able to.
Caputo will come out. Or I say that.
Yeah.
Yeah, Caputo will come out, and Correjo is going to the outfield.
All right, so I am able to pull it up. 32 is...
Actually, no. What is happening is Caputo is still out there. Is that Kaspar coming in?
Yeah, does look like it is.
For the Raiders, number 32, Henderson.
Carson Henderson coming on in relief of Colin Correjo.
And then Colin, I'm assuming, goes to right and Caputo to left. We'll have to see how that plays out. Kaspar coming in.
Yeah, I only see 2 out there. Is Miller not out there either?
He is. He's squatting down right behind Coach. You can't see him. Colby and Coach are making for a nice big wall there, hiding Landon. And Henderson is a lefty arm that Coach was super excited to get that call up and have a lefty arm in his tool bag, as the saying goes, because it's one thing he has not had this year at all.
Now, this heat is just brutal. Oh, salute.
Woo. That one snuck up on me. Hopefully
Yeah.
everybody
I think the crowd might
that.
pick that up. And ready to get back underway. Carson Henderson on in relief, and Colin Correjo has moved into left field. Now we'll bring up Evan Janner. Janner 1 for 2.
Trying to find a good spot for my phone like you did for the.
Just to get some airflow through here.
Yeah, it's hot.
Henderson from the stretch. The pitch misses low for a ball.
We're one easy ground ball double play away from getting out of this inning. It's what coach is definitely looking for here, keeping it low in the zone.
This is hit out to center, and that is going to go just short of the fence. And that will score 2. On a 2 RBI double off the bat of Evan Janner. Canyon cut the lead to 2. And we'll bring up Chandler Banks with runners at second and third. The go-ahead run at the plate. Strike down the middle from Henderson.
Great job by Henderson coming right back at him, not letting that bother him at all.
Henderson takes a long look in from the stretch. The pitch. This is hit into right field. This will score 1 and 2. And the Cougars have tied it up. Chandler Banks with a 2 RBI single. And have tied it up. Banks standing a second with a throw to home for E.J. Garcia. Garcia represents the 9th batter in this inning for the Cougars. This is fouled off for strike 1. Garcia 0 for 2 on the afternoon.
Well, Henderson getting ahead real quick on the batter.
Henderson comes set. The 0-1, that's fouled off for strike 2.
Great off speed. That was a good changeup there. Really had EJ fooled. Getting ahead quick.
Ramon Garcia, keep those rally hats on, Cougar Nation. And they have. They have tied it up. Trailing 7-2 at the beginning of this inning. Swing and a miss on drop strike 3. Throw to first just in time. The high throw, and Kobe Diaz able to bring it down and get his foot on the bag. That'll go K2-3.
Yeah, it gets a little tricky with this your fingers, hands being super sweaty and wet as those ball players are trying to make a easy throw there, and it's easy for the ball to get away from you.
Banks at third, with Bryce Garza coming back to the plate for the second time of this inning. We're all tied up here in the bottom of the fifth. Pitch low for ball one. Henderson. A pitch. This is chopped on and hit to Henderson. He will throw it to first, and that will do it. And he's able to get out of the inning, but not until, well, damage was done. As the Cougars score 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
One left on. Go to the sixth inning in an 8.
I don't know where.
Yeah, I think it was 7-1 coming into this inning. So
Well, no, it would be 6 runs. He said 7 runs. They scored 6.
They scored 6. Yeah, 7-1.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 runs.
Right. Coach, the umpires will get it right, okay?
And I think they're getting that right. So
a little chirping from the
PA guy.
PA about the
officiating, and that is not cool.
No, not at all. Now, I don't know what he was talking about or referencing.
That will go 1-3. I thought he might be talking about himself because he said that they scored 7 runs in this inning, and they did not. They scored 6.
Yeah, and Coach had a quick little pep talk, I'm sure, with the Rouse players. You know, again, playoff.
Due up for the Raiders in the 6th, Gonzalez, Salazar, and Diaz.
Their playoff life is on the line here, you know, with 2 innings remaining to put up some more runs and give ourselves another cushion and then finish strong defensively and on the mound, and let's go on to game 3.
Bryce Garza back out on the mound, and a burden lifted off his shoulders as the Cougar bats came to life and put 6 on the board to tie this thing up.
Yeah, and that was 6 without a lot of errors on the part of Rouse. I mean, they were just hitting spots. They were hitting holes between third and short. They were hitting spots between first and second and just, you know, getting the balls out in the outfield. And obviously the deep drive to dead center that bounced right off the base of the
we did have errors. We had
right.
1 run scored on the throwing error by Sparshoe to first, which allowed Hollingshead to get on, which would have at least resulted in 1 out at that point in time. But that's baseball, folks, and
right.
Canyon overcame it. The errors that they had back in the first, and the Raiders have to do the same thing here.
That's right.
To keep their playoff hopes alive, or their continued playoff hopes. Blake Gonzalez will stand in. Oscar Salazar on deck. Bryce Garza on the mound. Garza from the windup. First pitch, breaking ball outside for ball 1. The 1-0. That's down the middle for a strike, and that will even the count.
Yeah, it looks like Liberty Hill did end up going down 6-0 there after 3 innings.
The 1-1 pitch that misses outside for ball 2. 2-1 the count to Gonzalez.
There was a little mom in the stands letting them know, hey, guys, that's still outside.
That pitch in for strike 2, and that will even the count up at 2.
Although that one was not.
Like Jack Knight may be getting loose in the bullpen. Swing and a foul tip. And Gonzalez will stay alive.
Blake stayed alive on that. It was a great pitch. You know, he was on it. Just barely missed on it. Being able to put that one in play. But spoiling a great pitch.
The 2-2 pitch. That is fouled off. Another great spoiled pitch by Blake Gonzalez.
Yeah, because that was the same pitch that just got called strike 2 on him a few moments ago. So he wasn't going to let that one happen again.
Garza has the sign. He will wind and deal. Another 2-2 pitch. That's low for ball 3.
Low for ball 3. Drawing the boos from Canyon, but was definitely low.
The payoff pitch, that is fouled off. Blake Gonzalez doing some work in this at bat.
Staying alive. Foul off the pitches until you find one that you can handle and drive.
The payoff pitch, that's high for ball 4, and Gonzalez will draw the walk. The Raiders
Great at bat right there from Blake.
get their
Gonzalez.
lead off on and a go-ahead run at least on base.
And immediately we now
Coach
have
Kozel makes his way to the mound.
He's basically said, guys, we've clawed our way back into this game. I do not want to give anything up right now. And
That's going to be it for Garza. Coach Kozel took the ball.
And I believe he was going to hand it to the shortstop.
As he's pointing to different ones.
It's
So
like he's
not
playing
like
eeny,
an
meeny, miny, mo. A little eeny, meeny, miny, mo to see who's actually going to get the. Oh, no.
No, Sam Ortiz will come out.
And
So somebody is going to move. Probably Garcia may move to short and Garza back to third. And I didn't see the number for.
just look
new
for the
pitcher.
guy that is like 7 foot tall on their roster.
Oh, he's huge.
He is massive. And looks like
28.
28, which will be Mac Bassett. And Mac is a very appropriate name. This guy is as big as a Mack truck.
Mac Bassett comes on relief of Bryce Garza.
You're good on water there.
I'm good on
Michael.
water. Canyon wanting to keep any runs from getting scored, but they have to climb back from. They climbed a huge mountain to tie this thing back up, being down 6-1 or 7-1,
you know.
going into the last inning.
Yes, sir. And, again, that is baseball. It just takes a few hits here and there to wake up the offense. And, and everybody wants a chance when that happens. You see that very often is you get a couple of hits together, and now it's like everybody just can't wait for their opportunity to go up there at the plate and offer and try to contribute to the team. And everybody did. I mean, they actually brought everybody, they batted around, if I'm not mistaken, in that inning.
Yeah, they did. They batted around +1. That will bring up Oscar Salazar. I'm sitting there looking at
Blake
Salazar, the person, but I'm looking at my lineup and saying Gonzalez. I looked at Blake. So Salazar has walked, singled, and doubled.
Yeah, we could definitely use another hit here from him.
Bassett from the stretch. He will deal outside for ball 1. Fastball on the outside corner. Pitch misses just high.
Yeah,
Nice down the middle, but high.
Just high. Then
Yeah,
that didn't
another
draw
one of
any.
those that,
didn't draw any boos from Canyon, so I mean, I guess they agreed. And there's that outside pitch that is still not
getting called,
drawing a strike call.
Yeah,
folks. I mean, he's been very consistent with that. It's all you can hope to.
High and inside for ball 4. 4-pitch walk by Oscar Salazar. And that will put 2 aboard for Colby Diaz.
Yes, senior Colby Diaz coming in here in a great spot. Not a lot of pressure here for him. Just, let's get the ball in play. Keep the inning going. And we immediately get the Texas A&M-ish ball 5 call after having thrown 4 straight balls.
Bassett will spin off and look, Walsh back to second. Walsh pinch running for Gonzalez. Pitch down and away for ball 1. Bassett taking a long look in. Lopez sets up on the outside, and he will deal ball 2. So I'm hearing those guys in the dugout.
Folks, it is ball 6 in a row. Ball 2 to the current
batter. So I apologize, folks.
And he'll do it to you, Mr. Francis.
Ball 3 on a pitch low from Bassett. Colin Correjo on deck. 3-0 the count to Diaz. The pitch. Gets the inside corner and for strike 1.
Another one that Colby turns away from, making sure it doesn't hit him, and it gets called a strike.
3-1 the count to Diaz. Bassett will deal low for ball 4.
Yeah, and they appeal. Home plate appeals to the line judge out there and to see if he went, and in fact he did not. So
bases are loaded with walks issued by Cougar pitching. Back-to-back walks given up by Mac Bassett. Leadoff walk given up by Bryce Garza. And we'll bring up Colin Correjo. And Canyon is going to call time.
Okay. A little delay there. Maybe this
we'll take this opportunity to do our second rating of the UIL required baseball tournament. Don't miss the UIL Baseball State Championship starting Wednesday, June 8th at UFCU Dishwalk Field in Austin, Texas, and the Dell Diamond in Round Rock, Texas. Ticket information and more can be found at UIL.org.
And speaking of UIL, are we in need of our other UIL clip there, Mr. Francis?
We can do that a little later. Well, I'll tell you what, we need to do jingle palette, but I don't really want to fool with it. I don't know how. Maybe between innings we're going to do that.
That's where I was on that.
Okay, I need to bring up jingle palette.
I can pull up here.
No, it's not going to be there. Don't click on any one of those.
And he makes the visit, but doesn't make a change, possibly. I still see Mac Bassett.
I'm not sure what's going on.
Well, it was a visit to the mound, but then it wasn't, and now it officially is. So, again, I think he was buying time for his next hurler to loosen up before coming into the game. And that is the, I believe, who made the move.
Yeah, we'll see here in just a minute now.
No, 21, and that's going to be Garrett
20.
Thiel.
That would be Garrett Thiele, but it's number 20. That would be Nathan Hayes. Nathan Hayes comes on in relief of Mac Bassett.
Yeah, just a little gamesmanship there by the home field coach, buying himself a little time. You know, he again does not want they spent a lot of effort tying this game up, and he would hate to see that go away with a bunch of walks here and walking in the go-ahead run, here in the top of 6. And we still have 0 outs on the board. I'm very interested to see here that they have not, Michael, you pointed out earlier, that feel real bad for these catchers with this heat wearing all that gear, and
Right.
Nobody's come in. You would think they'd bring a bullpen catcher in at this point to warm up the new pitcher so that he can get himself some water,
Yeah,
a towel break, throw a little water on his head, cool himself down some.
A little relief from wearing that full face head mask.
And black. And again, that's not any lighter. Now, very cool thing that they do make, I don't know if he's got one in his, but they actually make a rechangeable ice pack that fits in the top of your catcher's helmet and keeps you nice and cool while you're in there.
Well, I know I would definitely have to have one.
Yeah, we had one of those when my son played catcher for a while.
Back when I was playing catcher, back many moons ago.
A couple years ago. Come on.
I will just say that it was back in the early 80s. Yes, I'm one of those.
It was never my spot. I was as skinny as one of these bats that these players swing now. That's about as big as I was back in the 80s and when I played, and yeah, I was outfield.
Well, I did it for a brief time until I developed Osgood slaughters in my knees, and I couldn't do it. The breaking ball in off the hand of Nathan Hayes for strike 1.
Great first pitch. And, he didn't get the update for the player. I guess the notes were not made by the home plate umpire.
No out.
Okay, just getting confirmation. That's good. Going to the home field book, which is the official book of the game, would be on the home side, and just confirming that we had no outs.
All right. 0-1, the count to Correjo. He'll take outside for ball 1, and that will even things up.
Yeah, I'm sure as home plate ump, he'd hate to be wrong about that, having the issue that he had earlier in the game with balls and strikes called.
This game now at 2 hours and 12 minutes. Pitch at the knees for strike 2 call. One ball, 2 strike count to Correjo. Hayes will wind and deal. This is hit deep
and gone.
Gone. Hey, Correjo. Here,
folks, and that was a bat flip, no powder. As soon as he made contact, he knew exactly what happened in that situation. And very sorry for the outburst, but this is unbelievably exciting for the Rouse Raiders, taking advantage of a bases loaded situation, as did Colin Correjo.
A no-doubter all the way, as I completely lost sight of it. But over the fence it goes, and a grand slam home run for the junior.
I can easily say that went, again, 310 to right, shortest area that we have on this field, but that for sure went a full 380. And back to it, folks, and Landon gets a swing and a miss on a very sharp breaking pitch for the first.
Swing and a miss on a breaking ball that had Miller fooled all the way.
And that was identical to his first swing.
Nathan Hayes will deal inside. Another breaking ball for ball 1. That will even things up. Swing and a miss. And that will do it for Miller. As he struck out on 3 straight breaking balls. Those curveballs definitely got it.
Well, he was super excited, having come in. He wants to follow that up and get a little back-to-back action. I think he's just a little overzealous there and trying to get on those pitches and seeing something that they weren't.
He goes back to the breaking ball to Mikey Caputo for ball 1. 1-0 pitch. Breaking ball. That's the first one I've seen go to the fence on a wild pitch by Cougar pitching throughout these 2 games. George Garcia checking in. Hello, George. Happy birthday, buddy. Wow, good pitch. Not called. 3-0 the count to Caputo. The 3-0 pitch.
Yeah, it's okay. That's
Letter high fastball in for a strike. Draws the ire of Raider fans as he hasn't been calling that as a strike.
No, he has not, especially on somebody like another update.
A fastball down the middle for strike 2.
Another scoring update. Cedar Park has now won 9-1 and has advanced in straight games to round 2 over
Dripping
Springs.
Breaking ball, which to me looked like strike 3 call.
He stood up. He sort of tottered back and forth a little bit to
use the walk
to give it a walk, and then makes his way for a little towel off there.
He's getting overheated behind the plate, so they're going to take some time. He needs some water.
Yeah, he's another one that should have actually been getting water while the pitcher's warming up. I mean, that's just take advantage of those opportunities to speed up the game.
And we did have this happen last year, if I remember correctly. Though
Yes.
one of the umpires overheated,
and they did not have a backup,
and they had to he had to leave the game. They didn't have an alternate here to step in case.
And the fielding umpire had to come in, and then that gave us just 2 total for the rest of the game.
Faith says, "That's my brother, home run, baby." That's pitch down and away for ball 1 to Carter Heinrich. Typically, when we were in Little League, right, we would say, "That's my boy, Blue."
Yeah.
Yeah, the parents would say that. They would go,
No,
that's my boy, Blue. And Faith says, "That's her brother. Home run, baby." All right. 1-0 the count to Heinrich. Hayes from the stretch. He will deal high and outside for ball 2. 1 on with 1 out here in the top of the 6th. Raiders leading this one 11-7. Off the grand slam home run by Colin Correjo. Breaking ball in the dirt. Lopez keeps it out in front, and they will track it down. That will hold Caputo at first.
Once again, Robbie Lopez doing a great job back there behind the plate. Okay, so the first base, Blue talking to the Rouse dugout, giving them a warning for discussion of talking to the other players. He said, "You're allowed to cheer on your players only," and I better not hear anymore.
It's ball 4. And Correjo Carter Heinrich draws the walk.
So
going to put runners at first and second.
And in comes Sam Walsh to run for Carter Heinrich.
Walsh pinch ran for Gonzalez earlier, so it'll be Carson Voigt most likely.
Yep, they flip-flopped it.
So Sammy Walsh is done for the day since he pinch ran for the third baseman. Or he's done for this game anyway. Little Shotty will take for ball 1.
And once again, there's no reason to be swinging if you don't need to. Just let the pitcher show that he can throw strikes, and at least consecutive strikes, which he has yet to do.
And he's given that high fastball now.
I think he's expanding the zone, maybe. Be interesting to see if he changes up and gives that outside pitch that he's been calling a ball all game.
Hayes from the stretch. The pitch. In
And
for a strike.
that's the outside pitch that he just called a strike.
Nice looking pitch. 1-2, the count to Sparshu. The 1-2 pitch, that's inside for ball 2, and that will even things up at 2. Canyon fans were hoping for a strikeout.
There's been a couple of times that's been called a strike already. On Colby, twice actually for Colby.
Pitch outside for ball 3, and Sparshu works it full.
Again, doing a very good job of that. Showing patience.
Lopez gives the sign. Hayes comes set. This is down the middle, fastball for a foul. And that's fouled off, and Sparshu will stay alive.
Ruin that good pitch.
It was a good pitch, right down the
Very good pitch. And I think if he'd been able to stay in on that and keep his nose on that one, he'd have been able to drive that one. Unfortunately, he was coming out of the box a little bit on the swing, but got a piece of it, which is nice.
Breaking ball outside for ball 4, and that will load the bases again.
Yeah, good thing it was a ball because Carson Voigt was taken off, on that pitch, as you would expect everybody should have been doing. Carson gets halfway, looks up, and notices that we still have a runner in front of him that hasn't left second. So,
and walks have been issued in this inning by, or actually 6 walks have been issued in this inning by Cougar pitching.
And we now have another pitching change. I didn't quite catch his number 8.
That is
Hayden Sims.
Hayden Sims. Hayden Sims, the 6th Cougar pitcher of the afternoon, and Lopez out of the sun for the moment.
Yeah, good. I mean, and again, as the ump should be doing it, and they did finally get smart and bring in somebody to help warm up the new pitcher, lefty. Almost a submarine, half submarine style, very sidearm delivery.
Chandler Banks comes on in relief. Oh, wait, not Chandler Banks. Chandler Banks is warming the pitcher up. My bad, folks.
Oh, there you go. Yeah, you'd like to see having earlier the ump having to go in and get himself something to drink and towel off. You'd hope that he'd be doing the same right now. Although whenever the rotation happens, if we're able to come out victorious in this game, he will not be behind home plate. They will normally rotate where he would traditionally go to the third base side, and then they rotate all around. So the current first base ump would be behind the plate. Consequently, he is the one that just warned the Rouse Raider dugout about their talking to players. And a quick little update here on pitching stats for the game. So we did have Garza had a total of 36 pitches. Hayes 25, Farr 34. Bassett only with a total of 9 pitches before he was pulled. On the Rouse Raiders side, Colin Correjo did exit with 68 total pitches, 43 for strikes. Henderson has got 9 pitches up to this point and 7 for strikes. And he should be coming back out again in the bottom of the 6th. Gracious Rouse parent dropping by some water for us.
First pitch in for a ball to Heinrich. Heinrich, the 9th batter of the Raider inning. This is lined into left. This will score 1, maybe 2. That will be cut off. And Voigt will round and go back to third base. Garza stands over him.
Great shot there by
RBI single for Rainer Heinrich.
And still, again, with only 1 out in this inning. So having now batted around, as did New Braunfels the inning before.
Breaking ball high and outside. Marshall Duke in at catcher in relief of Robbie Lopez. That bounces away from Marshall Duke, who loses sight of it. That will score Carson Voigt,
who also lost sight of it, didn't understand where that ball had gone as he
on the first wild pitch by the Cougars. Runners at second and third, respectively, for the Raiders on the wild pitch.
Coach yelling to his dugout there. Looks like he wanted something to be changed up or possibly, but.
Foul tip for a strike. That is fouled back out of play, and the count goes 1-2. I believe it's 1-2.
I didn't think he had already had a. Yeah, he did because of the wild pitch. So, yes, it is 1-2.
Swing and a miss. Foul tip into the glove. Now say swing and a miss. I don't see it actually make contact with the bat, but the umpires gives that sign.
Well, it was just a very, very light glance. Okay, that's what he was calling, and he wanted Nathan Miller to come in relief here to hit.
Nathan Miller hitting for Oscar Salisker. Wow. He will take for a strike.
And a quick discussion with Coach.
Yes, it's one of the things he feels like Miller does well versus the left-handed pitcher. As Salazar had been doing well.
Yeah, especially with that.
He had 2 hits and 2 walks. They tried to steal home. Unable to do it. As the runner is thrown out.
Yeah, there's definite some extracurricular. Crimpin was not very happy about that call at home plate. It looked like, from our vantage point, we can't see how he is in way of home plate, but whenever he came and he slid on the inside, reaching his hand out, and he was called out. Now, the umpire was definitely right on top of that. So you'd hope that he would not get it wrong, but Crimpine had a great view from his angle as well. So
Raiders get 6 runs, 4 off the grand slam of Colin Correjo, 2 additional runs to extend their lead 13-7 over the Cougars. They got those 6 runs on only 2 hits. Coach hoping to get an additional run in the attempted steal of home.
yeah, gutsy call. Very interesting call. And Nathan basically staying his ground because he has the right to stay in that box because it is a live ball, not fouled. And they tried to use that to an advantage. Great break by our base runner, who was actually a different runner.
Right. He was running for, I want to say, Joe Sparshu.
And it was the runner was number 31, Espinosa for Rouse. Very quick runner from what I could see.
Number 25, Blake Hollingshead.
And we are back to the top of the lineup here for King and Cougars. Blake Hollingshead.
Interesting. I had Blake Hollingshead as the third out of the last inning as he grounded back to the pitcher. Or did I get that?
Well, let me see here. I'll tell you what Game Changer is showing.
Swing and a miss. If that's the case, was it Trip Villanueva? That would have said that he would have been on base. Swing and a miss for strike 2.
And it does show Hollingshead as the current batter in Game Changers. So.
Okay, so I guess that, I don't know where I messed up.
A lot of excitement going on. A lot of batters up in that inning.
That pitch fouled off, so.
Still an 0-2 count here. 2 great breaking pitches to start him off and tried to climb the ladder on that one, going high. Hollingshead was able to foul it off.
Breaking ball high and outside for ball 1.
A very big batter and very effective, as we did see last night. So not wanting to challenge him too much here.
And he started to swing, and he checked it
Yeah,
for ball 2, and that will even the count up at 2.
To the point where he was up on his toes trying to stay in the batter's box on that one.
Henderson comes set. The pitch. This is hit right back up the middle for a base hit. He turns and will get a double. Not sure what happened out there. I was looking.
So it was the transfer. Landon was on the play. He, and Hollingshead is hurt, it looks like, on the slide into second. And he's holding his left knee. I don't know if it's a cramp that he has or they're trying to stretch it like it's a cramp, which isn't unheard of in weather like this. But ultimately on that last play, Landon made the play, went to go grab the ball out of his glove and dropped it. And when he dropped it, Hollingshead, who actually rounded first pretty well, saw that he dropped it and decided to keep on and was able to get to second.
They're over 2.5 hours into this contest.
And I'm assuming out comes water and possible pickle juice.
Right.
For the runner. Because they are working on stretching out that hammy He just cramped up, folks. He's up, stretching it out, and looks like he is going to stay out there to run.
That will bring up Trip Villanueva. 1 on with no outs here in the bottom of the 6th.
Second baseman, Trip Villanueva.
Villanueva is 1 for 3. Henderson from the stretch comes set, swing and a miss, and Heinrich will keep it in front of him.
And again, Henderson starting out Trip Villanueva with the exact same pitch that he did for Blake Hollingshead in that very low, late breaking pitch.
Not a cloud in the sky, and my goodness, you wish there would be one. Breaking ball just off the outside corner for ball 1.
He didn't bite that time.
No.
Same pitch. Thought better of it.
No, he didn't. But just like when Garza was pitching, he wouldn't give that outside pitch. 1-1 the count. 1-1 pitch. This is
high.
Hit out to center. And off the fence. This will score Hollingshead. And Villanueva with a stand-up RBI triple.
And Landon took a pretty hard blow. He went hard at that, trying to catch it, and just killed the wall out there. He is on the ground, and immediately Colin Correjo was waving to the trainers for them to come out. Does not look good here for Landon. He's moving. Colin and are talking to him right now.
This spammer has hit our chat again. And I had blocked him. I don't know how he's able to do that.
Okay, he's up. They've helped him to his feet. Getting some water. Hat back on. Coach Crimpine's out there to assess Landon's status here, if he's going to be able to stay in the game. Looks like he's okay. Yeah, looks like he's okay, folks. He's going to stay out there. Tough kid is Landon Miller. They may want to check that wall for a dent with the effort he was given on that fly ball that did bounce off of the wall and allowed him to get around for a triple. Can I minimize? Can I minimize that, Michael?
What's that?
Can I minimize that again?
Yes, please. Your scoreboard's down on the bottom. Bring it back up.
We do have a new batter up.
Marshall Duke. And he will foul this one off.
And right behind us.
For strike 1. Raiders leading this one 13-8. Pitch misses for a ball.
Yeah, a little outside, low and outside again.
This is lined into left. This will score Villanueva. Duke will round first and head into second.
And we have a possible play.
The throw not in time as Duke has an RBI double.
And he's done his job. As a big guy as he is, we're going to leave him in to run the bases. So in comes Wyatt West again as the pinch runner.
As a courtesy runner.
And that's going to draw a visit to the mound from
Coach Crimpine. That'll be it for Carson Henderson.
And on comes Jack Knight.
Want to take a moment to recognize our home run sponsors. The Recon Shop. Hey, does your vehicle have hail damage or even pesky door dings? The Recon Shop is here to help. We're conveniently located in Cedar Park, and you can get in touch with us at 512-290-HAIL. That's 512-290-4245. Check out our banner by the concession stand. We would love to walk you through the hail damage claim process or remove those pesky door dings, restoring your vehicle's value. We are your local paintless dent repair specialists. And to learn more about our service, visit our website at thereconshop.com. Want to recognize Austin Summit Group Realty. Austin Summit Group Realty is proud to support Rouse Raider Baseball and their amazing group of boys and coaches. ASG has been in business for over 22 years and has been ranked in the top 10 by the Austin Business Journal year after year. If you need help with anything real estate related, please call Mike or Chrissy Caputo at 512-671-HOME. That's 512-671-4663. And again, thank you, our home run sponsors. We could not do this without your generous support of Rouse Raider Baseball. One on with nobody out as Jack Knight comes on in relief of Carson Henderson.
Yeah, Jack did really good last night, and in an unfortunate situation coming in relief for Colby. Did not have a lot of pitches thrown, before the game was over, so that allows him to come back in tonight. No different than a closer does in the major leagues or college level. They're able to pitch multiple days in a row as long as the pitch count is down. And a quick visit, Carter and Jack getting on the same page here. With Canalicchio, the normal 4-spot cleanup hitter for New Braunfels.
Canalicchio has flown out to center. He's walked and singled. First pitch from Knight, high and outside for ball one. Ramon Garcia and Thomas Villanueva. Way to go, Tripp. Good job, Tripp. Way to go. Fastball. Letter high for strike one. Canalicchio wishing he had that one back.
I think that's the difference that we're going to see here. Obviously, Henderson coming in, and Canalicchio, I don't believe got to see him with Henderson's time in there, but definite velocity differences between Knight and Henderson.
Fastball on the outside corner for strike two.
And it goes to show it's not just a Rouse thing, folks. As a lefty batter, that outside pitch is always hard for them to see or pick up on and realize that it actually is a strike versus a ball.
Knight comes set. Breaking ball fouled off, and Canalicchio spoiled a great pitch.
Spoiled a very good pitch there, and you could see that one coming. He set him up great with the 2 fastballs, and then turns around and tries to put him away with the ever so elusive breaking pitch with all the movement that he has on it. And
this game quickly moving on, close to 3 hours now.
it's what 2 innings worth of batting through the lineup will do.
Pitch down the middle. Wow, not sure where that one missed.
I would have assuming he's going to say that was low.
Low. That was right down the pipe.
Yes, it was.
2-2 the count to Canalicchio. Again, Knight comes second. He jets West at second. Into the dirt for ball 3, and Canalicchio works it full.
Yep.
He was down in the count of 0-2 and has managed to bring it full.
And another update from the Liberty Hill Buda Johnson game. Buda Johnson is up 7-0 in the 7th.
Knight comes set. Payoff pitch. Fastball right down the middle. He catches Canalicchio looking for the first out of the inning.
Very, very nice. Very nice.
That will bring up Isaac Irureta-Goyena. He is 1 for 3. He has grounded to short, flown out to right, and singled. Eventually came around to score back in the 5th. Knight from the stretch. A breaking ball cut on and missed for strike 1.
Again,
that was a big, nasty hanging curveball.
Had so much movement. I mean, that 12-6 drop on that, it looks so appealing to the batter. He's just licking his chops, and it just comes up empty on a big swing.
He goes right back with it for strike 2, and Irureta-Goyena fouls it off.
And now that sets him up, because now he goes high heat. The ball to the batter looks identical, and it's hard to lay off when they're expecting that ball to drop. It's a matter of can they pick up on the movement, the laces, and that rotation of the ball. And if the batter can't, he's going to be offering at a eye-high fastball, possibly, for strike 3. I'm sure that's what his visit to coach was just about. He just walked over to talk to his coach. And it was the high heat, and he did not get the strike call, even though that has been something that we've gotten called against us here on that last at bat.
1-2 the count. 1-2 pitch. A breaking ball cut on and missed for strike 3.
Comes right back with the bread and butter.
Number 10, Evan Janner.
The bread and butter, his peanut butter and jelly pitch.
Evan Janner will come to the plate, and in my opinion, he's been one of the more dangerous hitters in the Cougar lineup. He's 2 for 3. Breaking ball inside for a strike.
He was ready to go hard after that one as well. Big breaking pitch again, and that one actually had some great movement, late movement coming in towards that left-handed batter, making it that much harder to make contact.
Knight has the sign. 1 on with 2 outs. Fastball high and outside for ball 1.
Little chess game going on here.
1-1 the count to Janner.
Batter's trying to figure out Jack Knight.
Knight comes set. A breaking ball. This is chopped on and hit up the middle. Sparshoe has it. Throw to first in time, and that will end the Cougar 6. They get 2 runs on 3 hits. They leave 1.
Yeah, great job of Jack Knight coming in that situation and being able to set the side down, limiting the damage to only 2 runs.
On to the 7th we go. Raiders leading this one 13-9 over Canyon. Hayden Sims will make his way back out to the mound to pitch the 7th for the Cougars. Nathan Miller makes his way back out.
And again, going on a 3-hour game here, the Liberty Hill game has been official. Liberty Hill did lose that second game to 7-0, so they are making it go into a third game.
Raiders trying to do the same thing and force a game 3.
Again,
kind folk.
Very, very gracious and looking out after us.
Veronica Arnold coming over to check on us, make sure that we're staying hydrated over here.
Which we did have a former Rouse parent come over and fill us up with some waters.
Nathan Miller will take for ball 1.
And again, folks, you'll remember Nathan does get an opportunity to stay at an at-bat again.
He will take inside for ball 2.
With the third out coming on the attempted steal of home.
Diaz on second. Ball 3.
And that's one thing
Sim.
Miller has always shown a lot of patience at the plate. Very, very.
Sims pitching exclusively from the stretch. He will get the strike call on the outside corner as Miller had the take sign all the way.
For sure, for sure.
The 3-1. This is hit into left. This will be a base knock for Nathan Miller.
Great leadoff. Great leadoff at bat there. Not biting on anything that's.
Number 22.
And that will bring up Colby Diaz. Diaz has walked twice, struck out, and grounded to short. He is another one of these that can hit it over the fence. He will foul this one off for a strike. That one goes out over to the left.
Yeah, I believe he gets the timing down on this pitcher here, and he could definitely tee off on this one and send the ball for a ride.
The 0-1 pitch, that misses outside, and then Sims disappointed that he didn't get the call. It's a good-looking pitch.
That was the closest one yet.
I think he's got a valid argument.
That was by far the closest pitch yet to be called a ball on that outside half.
The 1-1 pitch. Again, wow.
That one's climbed the ladder, right? Same spot towards as far as outside, but a little higher in the zone, and both called balls.
2-1 the count. The 2-1 pitch, that's high for ball 3.
Of course, that immediately draws a, hey, calm down a little bit from the catcher, Marshall Duke, back to his hurler.
The 3-1, that's down the middle for a strike, and that takes the count full.
I'll do a full count. Best on best here. Nobody better at the plate to have than Colby Diaz.
Payoff pitch. This is fouled back out of play as Diaz rolls underneath it. Colin Correjo on deck.
All right. Call is in.
Miller took off, but ball 4 call. And Diaz will draw the walk.
Again, high in the zone.
Call it.
That will bring up Colin Correjo. Correjo has walked, grounded to short, struck out, and homered. All right, I gave you the wrong ones. He struck out, reached on an error, flew out to right, and grand slam home run. There we go.
Yeah, and immediately that first pitch was called a strike on the inner half of the plate, drawing a little bit of a head shake from Colin. Now that could have been because he didn't agree, or because he had the opportunity to
Barrett Jordan pinch running for Colby Diaz.
Another one of our Rouse seniors.
Getting an opportunity to play in a playoff game. Landon Miller on deck. And Correjo lays a bunt down the left field line and goes foul.
Almost perfect there. And he would have been on it that had any extra little rotation to the right and stayed fair. But as he should do, the third baseman, make sure to grab that ball immediately when it goes foul so it doesn't have an opportunity to bounce back in.
Well, you know he's going to go back and he's going to watch the video after or this evening when he gets home. He's going to check out that bat flip, right?
Yo, no doubt. It was a
pitch outside for ball one.
It was a grandioso bat flip. I mean,
that was a Joey Bats bat flip.
It was unbelievable. That was. It was up in the air almost as long as the ball was.
Of course, one of those bat flips drew the ire of Rugnet Ordur. It took it personally.
It wasn't very happy.
Swing and a miss for Correjo for strikeout in the first out of the inning. That will bring up Landon Miller.
Landon, and who's had a very eventful couple of nights or couple of games here in the playoffs.
Landon is singled. He's lined to third. He is doubled and struck out. He is 2 for 4.
And tried to knock over the center field wall.
Right. First pitch offering.
And that went a long way, unfortunately foul. He did not miss much of that one, folks. That's just a very loud, long
strike one.
Foul ball.
I know Coach Crampane, he was following it, hoping that would stay fair.
Yeah, it needed a very strong left to right gust to keep that one in play.
Miller will call time and step out. 0-1, the count to Miller. Pitch sails high for ball one, and that will even it up.
Shoot, I didn't.
Raiders hoping to put a little more insurance on the board.
Sorry, folks. I'm still showing that we were in the 6th, and we are actually officially in the 7th.
This is hammered down the left field line. Nathan Miller will round third and head for home. Barrett Jordan will hold up at third.
And an insurance run.
Landon Miller has just had an RBI double. What a hot bat he's had this afternoon.
Very much so. I absolutely love to see it. Again, I talked a little bit about this last night, and unfortunately, he wasn't able to keep the bat rolling, but he's becoming hot at the right time here in the playoffs, right when we needed him most. He was a big part earlier in the year, and then just hit a bit of a lull and has really come on strong here, seeing the ball very well. And
looking for a pinch runner for Landon Miller.
Yep. And on comes Zach Alvarez to run.
Zach Alvarez to get a little.
Yeah, I think Landon's definitely a little famished there and, feeling the effects of the heat and looking for some water.
Zach Alvarez pinch running 4.
And immediately take
Landon
off
Miller.
Take off the jewelry.
That will bring up Mikey Caputo. Caputo has struck out twice and walked twice. And scored once. Been stranded once. Sims will deal down the middle for a strike.
All down the pipe on that one.
My goodness, they're doing it again. And I keep blocking these people. Pitch misses outside for a ball. My apologies, folks.
There's a very high fly ball played by third baseman Bryce Garza for the second out of the inning.
Carter Heinrich.
It flew out to the third baseman
Flew out to third baseman.
for out number 2.
Out number 2, and in comes Carter Heinrich, C5.
He is singled, popped up to first, struck out, and walked.
And it's a high ball 1 on the first pitch.
That is fouled off.
And he did just barely miss that one. Just missed that.
For a strike.
And it's amazing here, folks. You don't see them, but down, we talked about all the tents coming up and pop-ups coming up and canopies. And I mean, everybody is crowded underneath there.
This is popped up and fouled back out of play for strike 2. 1-2 the count to Correjo. Raiders have put 1 run on the board in this inning and extended their lead 14-9. That will have Sims dealing the 1-2. It's inside for a ball. I'm not sure where that one missed.
That definitely heard the groans from the New Braunfels side. Definitely looked like it could have been called a strike, but
this game has officially gone 3 hours, and we still got the bottom half to go. This one is hit deep to left and just goes.
Oh, Carter knew it too. He hit it, and he gave it a quick glance, but knew immediately that it was a foul ball, but honestly not by much. That one had a chance to actually hit the foul pole.
2-2 the count.
He didn't even swing.
And Marshall Duke thought that he did, so he peels the first.
So Marshall Duke was immediately running out of the behind home plate, thinking that was strike 3 and third out, and then he asked for an appeal from first base, and Carter was watching the pitch the whole way.
And he will foul this one off out of play. Sparshoe keeping his on-deck fielding percentage at 1,000.
Yeah.
As he fields the foul ball.
Get a full count here.
Hayden Sims takes a long look in, picks up the sign from Marshall Duke. The payoff pitch, swing and a miss. And that will do it for the Raiders in the 7th. They give 1 run on 1 hit. They leave 2. And on to the bottom we go. Raiders leading this one 14-9. Due up for Canyon, Banks, Garcia, and Garza. Jack Knight will make his way back out to the mound. And I guess if we want to play our one obligatory spot, as soon as I can find my mouse. A message from the UIL. Well, never mind. We didn't save the jingle palette last night when we closed it up. Exit.
All right, and defensively, we are all the same.
They are. You're the same. Jack Knight back out to pitch the 7th and close it out. Knight could pick up the win. As Colin Correjo would get a no decision.
Yeah, he came out with a tie game at 7-7. So even though
he came out with property on base.
Defensively, we do have a change. We now have
Xander
Forcell in at catcher.
Hey, he said I'd be calling his name one day, and here we are today, May 7th, 2022, at 4:05 in the afternoon. Xander Forcell has entered the game at catcher.
And this is the one you heard me last night talking about his luscious locks of Xander Forcell. Think he really needs a haircut, but he pulls it off, folks.
Thank you, Ramon Garcia, for your kind words. Great job behind the mic, guys. Thank you very much.
We appreciate that. And we try to keep things fair on both sides.
Strike on the inside corner to Chandler Banks.
Oh, no. The reason Xander's back there is Carter obviously is looking. They're in anticipation of going to a game 3, which will be 30 minutes after the conclusion of this game, if Rouse holds on to the lead here at the bottom of the 7th. And that's going to give Carter a little opportunity to get hydrated and ready to go back out there again.
Swing and a miss on a breaking ball, which Knight throws so well. When it's on, it's on.
Yes, sir. And it hasn't been off very often this year. He's done a really good job. Another one drawing a honorable mention for all district team.
Pitch outside for ball 1. And the count will go 1-2. Banks has doubled twice. He has 3 RBIs and struck out. He's 2 for 3.
He loves crowding the plate, too. He's really in there tight. And
inside, a foul.
That hit him, but he swung at it, and he offered at it, and it actually hit the bat. So that does not go down as a hit by pitch.
And Banks definitely agreeing with the umpire. Yeah.
Oh yeah, he wasn't running to try to go to first.
No.
Why would we be arguing anyway? I mean,
yeah, I don't know. The umpire getting a little frustrated
with our side, and again, I don't know. I mean, that goes in our benefit because it doesn't allow for a base runner if it were a hit by pitch.
Pitch misses on the outside, 2-2. It's like, keep it cordial, folks.
Well, the heat's getting to
everybody.
Everybody, unfortunately.
Getting short. I don't know if 30 minutes is going to be enough of a break. That is fouled off and out of play. The count will remain 2-2.
This canopy does serve as multiple purpose, protect us. So I don't have to worry about guarding you.
Having to protect me because I'm seated and he's standing. I did bring a chair for him, though.
I did. I used it a second ago, and I will definitely use it on our break.
He's kind of like Steve Kittle. He stays on his feet.
Oh, I'm an antsy kind of guy.
The 2-2. This is hit out to center. Will drop for a base hit. And a leadoff single for Chandler Banks. That will bring up E.J. Garcia. Garcia is 0 for 3 on the afternoon. Fastball high for ball 1. Should the Raiders close this out and win this contest where they force a game 3, we will take that 30-minute break. I will set up the stream for the third game. Pitch misses high for ball 2. And so if you haven't already, click like, subscribe, and the notification bell. So when we go live for the next game, you'll be notified and be able to watch the next game as well. I will try to get that out on Twitter, but with such short time period, I don't know that I'll be able to get all that out. So hit that notification button so you'll be notified when we go back live for the third game, should the Raiders close this one out with a win. Swing and a miss for strike 2 call. 2-2 the count to Garcia. Banks extends his lead at first. The 2-2 pitch. That is fouled off.
He just barely got a piece of that one, ruining another great breaking pitch from Jack Knight. Did have a little chime in for Mr. Alepa regarding that play at home for our steal that was called out.
Fastball fouled off, and the count stays 2-2.
And I won't go into details of his thoughts on that call.
Yeah, there's nothing to be done about it. It doesn't matter now anyway. So
he agreed with Coach.
Yeah.
But all we can do now is focus on what's right in front of us and finish here.
This is hit into left. Correjo will field it and get it back in. That will keep Banks at second.
Yeah, great opportunity, or great attempt there. Blake Gonzalez laying out for that one, and unfortunately it was just beyond the stretch of an out, just outside the stretched glove.
Number 17, Deuce Adams.
Pitch hitting.
Will pinch hit for Bryce Garza.
Bringing in some fresh players.
Knight misses the outside corner for ball 1. Adams' first appearance in either game.
What a great baseball name, Deuce Adams.
I know it, right? Adams will call time and step out.
Batting from the right side, another tall young man. Of course, I think they're all tall to us, Michael.
Right. Breaking ball misses low for ball 2.
All right, call's in.
The 2-0 is fouled off. And the count will go 2-1.
Yeah, and a new batter, you don't know what to really expect and what are his strong points. So, you definitely want to see Jack go after him here.
Pitch misses for ball 3. And the count goes 3-1 to Adams. The 3-1 pitch, a swing and a miss as he chases ball 4.
Well, that's it. Again, go at him, challenge him here. And he's just coming out. His first action in the game, and you definitely want to go at him.
Fastball cut on and miss for strike 3.
Just like that.
And that will bring up Blake Hollingshead.
Number 25, Blake Hollingshead.
Hollingshead has grounded the short. He has been hit by a pitch. He has reached on an error and singled. Has scored twice.
Yeah, very dangerous hitter, as he's proven.
Knight from the stretch. First pitch offering high and inside for ball 1. The 1-0 pitch just misses outside for ball 2. Pitch outside for ball 3.
And he may actually have a green light here, this batter, the way he's swinging right now.
3-0 the count to Hollingshead. The 3-0 pitch, a fastball down the middle.
Yeah, it didn't look like
one.
he was taken all the way, but he did.
Coach having
Redirecting.
Miller shift left. That's fouled off or strike 2, and the count goes full to Hollingshead.
And again, he was on that one, just barely missing. I normally tell that when you get a foul ball that's fouled directly behind the batter, you know, that just shows that he was very close to squaring up that pitch.
Payoff pitch coming up. The 3-2 misses low for ball 4.
It was low.
Coach Crimpine did not agree with the call, and he is voicing his frustration. Trip Villanueva. Wow, he came up with that RBI triple back in the 6th inning.
Yeah, and again, this is the situation that not hanging something, keeping the ball down in the zone, and let's draw a double play ball. You know, we really don't have to worry about the runner coming home from third. Just, you know, get it up the middle of the field.
And Villanueva will foul this one off for strike 1.
Jack doing what he needs to and getting ahead of the batter.
Got to win some battles here and close this out to go to force game 3. And both teams have proven that hardly any amount of runs is enough insurance. Pitch down and away for ball 1.
Great movement there, Xander Forcell, keeping that, you know, in front of him.
Bases loaded for Villanueva. Raiders up by 5. Pitch in the dirt for ball 2.
We'd love to see Jack go at him again here.
2-1 the count. The 2-1, that's high for ball 3.
And they are going to go ahead and just put him on without having to throw the, let's say that's ball 3. Okay. They weren't putting him on.
I had ball 3.
So did I.
I had 3-1.
I just looked up and he immediately started taking the base. I thought maybe coach decided to go ahead and. There's a strike in there.
I've got ball 3, and he says ball 4.
And he went to, you know, check the home book, and I'm sure they may have went ahead and immediately put in another ball, but. Terrible. And now they're
going to discuss, because I believe the field umpires also keep count with the.
It'd be awesome if they do, for sure.
And I know that my book, I had 3-1.
Yeah, I as well.
Because the first pitch was a strike.
Correct.
Because he fouled it off, and then he got 3 consecutive balls.
Yeah, and then, they'll hopefully this will be a quick discussion so we can get the ball game moving here and not. And they are sticking with the ruling. Maybe.
No, I think he's going to send him back.
Okay. So
All
yeah,
right, that's the right call.
it's the right call, and I guess they'll have to erase that extra ball that was put in the home field book. Excuse me.
Well, it's probably because they marked it ball 4, thinking that he was right, and they missed a strike. I mean, they're just humans, just marking it with pencil over there.
Sure.
Sure. Just like we are.
Okay, so
you would probably have to look at Game Changer and see what Game Changer had as well. But at any rate, Villanueva will come back. A 3-1 count. This is popped up high and playable. Blake Gonzalez will make the catch.
On a turn of events there, folks.
We're out number 2, and that's what I don't like to see fan bases going at each other.
Yeah, that's correct, especially knowing that we have another one.
Both fan bases starting to get tired, fatigued, and this is a long game, and they're both kind of chipping at each other now via the umpires. And both fans have also been upset with the umpires, or the home plate umpire. Marshall Duke will foul this one off for a strike.
Yes, and I just see Blake is now talking to Colin, letting him know, hey, guys, this is the guy that tugged it perfectly down the third base line and got a stand-up double.
Yeah, RBI double his first time up.
So
the 0-1, that's high for ball 2, or ball 1.
You'd like to see Jack sort of stay away from the inner half of the plate, keep it outside, maybe keep this guy off balance. He'll try to tug something that makes it a little easier play for the left side if he's able to make contact.
1-1 the count. Pitch in for a strike, which he gives it to him that time. He called that a ball previously.
Yes, and Xander did a great job of framing that pitch, as you would love to see.
This is cut on and hit out to center, and that's caught by Landon Miller, and the Raiders have won game 2 in a 3 and almost a half-hour marathon in this contest, folks, and we won't keep you very long. We will just go over some of the final numbers as Jonathan will pull them up on Game Changer.
Yeah, so let me let the Game Changer get caught up. Unfortunately, it as well as everything is behind, but box score here, we finish 14-9, obviously Rouse winning the game over Canyon. Pitching for the Rouse Raiders, we did have Colin Correjo going 4 1/3 innings, allowing 8 hits, 6 runs, 5 earned runs, 1 strikeout, 1 walk. Jack Knight going 2 innings, allowing 2 hits, no earned runs, 3 strikeouts and a walk. And then Henderson with his 2/3 of an inning, allowing 5 hits.
They're probably going to meet and, I guess, flip for home.
Correct. Yeah, that would be when the third game comes in. They do have to flip. On the Canyon side pitching, obviously we did have a slew of pitchers.
You had 5 pitchers.
6 pitchers.
Yeah, you're right. 6.
6 pitchers. The longest one would have been Canalicchio, who started the game out, 2 innings pitched, 5 hits, 4 runs, 4 earned runs, 2 strikeouts, 2 walks. They accumulated 10 total strikeouts, or 10 walks, did the Canyon team, and to 9 strikeouts, where we had 5 strikeouts to only 2 walks. So Coach Crimpine will be happy about that.
Jack Knight will pick up the win for the Raiders. Nathan Hayes will take the loss for the Cougars. And that will do it. The happy final here for game number 1. Raiders 14, Canyon 9. We will have the next game 30 minutes from now. So I will work to get the stream up and going, get that sent out. So you will get notified once we actually do go live. So as long as you've hit that notification button, like and subscribe SHN Sports. And we will be back in just a few. I'm Michael Francis. He's Jonathan Kaspar. Goodbye for now. We'll see you in just a few.
Thanks for sticking with us, folks, and we'll look forward